Hi, I'm Qianwen Ma. Today I'm gonna talking about the interaction tool about global learning project.
First, before the interaction, what were your thoughts and feelings before and at the beginning of the event?
Through two previous parts of this program, I saw that there is really a big education difference between Chinese and American at some aspects. I think this is because we have different education system, society environment, and education acceptance from our own family.
What things were you most concerned about?
After making the last two videos that I described the most about a Chinese exam-oriented education, I realized that Chinese students under that education policy feel more stressful than American students. Therefore, I'm most concerned about that this type of education policy will really make students perform well as always. And will students insist keeping positive attitude and studying hard in the future under much pressure, since they were at elementary school? Actually, more and more speech appearing to oppose this education in China, but however, this policy is still carried out by the government. I think it makes sense because determining a student is good or bad only decided by the score of exam, which may make those students who are not as good at examination lose the opportunities to make their self-achievement.
Second, during the interaction, what reactions did your partner show during the event?
Well, I was talking about my experience and stories at junior and senior high school in China. Jessica felt surprised about Chinese students need to take outside class after school, even they were at the elementary school. Because in her views, students should have their free time to have electives and or have a relax. Comparing with my school life, she thinks that her high school life looks much happier than mine, and I think so. What's more, the requirement for Chinese students is strict because for example, students cannot talk with others while having classes. What's more, students cannot be late or leave classroom early. Students are not allowed to use electronic devices except calculators. For those school ordinances, Jessica thinks that her school life was more relaxed.
What kind of adjustments in your behavior, feeling, or thinking occurred during the event?
During the interaction, I feel more comfortable to express my own opinions about our education culture to Jessica because we become much closer to each other after the last two discussions. Whereas I feel that our education exerts some negative influence on students. As before, I believe that our education makes students feel tired about studying, but it does no matter for creating more and more capable and skillful students. When I get know the other countries' different education, students should also perform well under a relative relaxed and independent study environment. This question made me somewhat change my thoughts.
Third, after the interaction, what might the thoughts and feelings you describe mean? In other words, not everyone may have had the same reactions as you had. What does the fact that you had these reactions reveal about your upbringing, personality, past experiences?
When I was studying at senior high school, most part of our professors come from the other foreign countries, so the ways of their education are totally different from the Chinese teachers' education methods. My English teacher, Preston, he is from America, and he does not want students to feel bored in his class, so he usually taught us English in some funny ways. For example, today's topic is about writing the detective fiction. She he shows she he showed us a short video from Sherlock. He wanted everyone to pay attention on how the following plots were allocated by heroes, and how some cues for people to notice within this short video. Moreover, he lists some useful words and grammars for us to learn from to create our individual detective fictions. This type of education method made me interested in his class a lot. And I'm a person who would not like to force myself to do something make me unhappy. So I usually find my way to studying because I do not want to make studying as a painful task to do. Therefore, I think the way of Preston's education is beneficial for me and I got improved a lot. No denying to admit that American education brings so many advantages to students. Students are not only able to study with a placid attitude, but also make a higher efficiency of study. Thank you.